Spain is on my mind today, and what better tribute to that sunny place than a cool gazpacho-inspired vinaigrette sauce, spooned over sautéed fish. So tasty.
Oh, that is summer right there. The Spanish way.
But why just dream about Spain? Let's go! In seaside Valencia, Spain, I joined Chef Franck Garanger in a quest to make the perfect pan of paella.
What do we need to get first?
We hit up the local market for only in Spain ingredients.
I love to use this one.
At home, Frank shows us expert techniques for making paella the Spanish way, over an open fire.
This is my secret, you keep it for you.
Okay. We won't tell anybody.
And then, Spain's greatest hits, today on Sara's Weeknight Meals.
You know, I always recommend when you're planning a meal to focus on one part of the meal. So the entree, make it a fancy entree with a fancy sauce, or the side dish, you know, like creamed corn with all sorts of herbs in it, and then just a simple steak. This time, we're gonna focus on the sauce. I'm gonna make a gazpacho vinaigrette with the height of summertime in it. And it's an all-purpose sauce. We're gonna put it on fish today that's been sauteed, but you could put it on chicken, you could put it on vegetables, you could put it on tofu, you could put it on pork, shrimp, anything. So let's start with, of course, 1 cup of coarsely chopped tomato, a 1/4 cup of coarsely chopped red bell pepper, and 1/2 cup of chopped seedless cucumber. So in goes the cucumber, a small garlic clove, about 1/2 teaspoon. I don't want to add a lot because it's going to be raw in there. Okay, now I'm going to add yet another vegetable. 2 tablespoons of finely chopped onion that I've soaked in ice water for about 15-20 minutes, which takes out that raw bite. Next, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, a little bit of pepper. We're doing this in the blender because the blender gets the smoothest texture. Now, I'm gonna use sherry vinegar, which just happens to be my favorite vinegar anyway, but it's also very Spanish. I'm gonna use 2 tablespoons. You could use another vinegar if you don't have it. Red wine vinegar would be fine, white wine vinegar would be fine, but I really like the sherry vinegar, and I'm trying to keep this Spanish, so why not? And we're gonna add that right in. We're gonna get this all pureed, and then we're gonna add the oil, because when you add the oil, you wanna do it quickly and have it be over with, because if you puree olive oil for too long, it sort of denatures. It doesn't taste as good. So here we go. Now, we're gonna add 6 tablespoons of oil. We're going with the 3-to-1 ratio of oil to vinegar. Sherry vinegar is actually one of the most highest in acid of all the vinegars. So I generally do more than 3-to-1, but I'm not gonna do it here because we need the acid for the fish. Okay, here we have the garnish. This is 1/3 cup of chopped tomato, 1/3 cup of chopped cucumber, and 1/3 cup of chopped red bell pepper. We're gonna add all of this to here. Now this makes a rather large amount of sauce. As you can see, it's hard to do a smaller amount of vegetables and get it so beautifully smooth in a blender. Now, our chopped vegetables that will add crunch to our vinaigrette. So you see how quick that was? Really no time at all. Now for the fish. I am using 4 6-ounce pieces of swordfish steak because it's local and seasonal here. I could also use Arctic char or sea bass, but you should check the Monterey Bay Aquarium Seafood Watch website to find out what's sustainable in your neighborhood. First, I'm gonna get my oil heating, about 3 tablespoons of olive oil. Now I'm going to season the fish on both sides with salt and pepper. All right, to give it a little bit of a crunch, I'm going to dredge the fish in granulated flour. And I can see the oil is beginning to get a little wavy. Yeah, we want to get a nice crust on this. And while it's cooking, I'm going to slice up some pimento olives, also very Spanish, to add to our Gazpacho Vinaigrette. I want to take a quick look at my fish. Again, tip the oil away from you when you flip the fish so that you don't wear the oil, because it will splatter up in your face, which is no fun. Adding our olives to our sauce. Okay, I'm gonna say this guy's just about done. A little bit of oil, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. Just the simplest way to season a vegetable, and why not? And make sure you use the really good olive oil. This is where it shines. Now, a generous spoonful of our sauce. Here we go. Isn't it amazing how it emulsified? It got creamy is what I mean. Now, for the bow, I mean, I probably would chiffonade the basil, but I just love a little bow finished on the side. Oh, and, oh, that is summer right there. The Spanish way.
If you're in Spain in search of paella, you have to come to where it all began, Valencia and parts south. Here they've been making paella outside on the fire for centuries because, face it, they've got everything they need. Abundant sunshine to grow rice and the vast Mediterranean for fish. It's all available at the local mercado in Denia, where I met Chef Franck Garanger, a French transplant who fell in love with Spain and its food.
Wow, so this is the Denia market.
It's beautiful.
Incredible.
It's nice, huh?
Wow. What do we need to get first?
So first we're gonna go to see my friend Pedro, which is the butcher, and we're gonna get everything to start.
Okay.
So we're going to see my butcher. You know, I have to show you this beautiful Iberico pork.
Oh, that's the pork that eats acorns. This is the designer pork, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
And you see the difference between, first it's a smaller animal.
Yeah.
So you see the size.
Marbling.
And the marbling.
The
you see how
fat in there,
beautiful.
yeah.
So this, when you put it in a paella, it gives this flavor that's unique.
Yeah.
And I think not so many people in Spain using this for paella.
Right.
But me is my little
Your
touch.
trick. It's one of your many tricks.
Exactly.
Okay.
So Pedro, necesito dos costillas de Iberico.
Son dos.
Our paella will also have chicken thighs. Frank doesn't waste anything.
Por el pollo, la pata un poco por el caldo también, ¿ok?
Said to hold on to the feet for the stock.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I got a lot of flavor.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna get the most important ingredients for the paella,
Yeah.
which is the arroz. And this special arroz from here.
The rice. Okay.
The rice.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Arroz.
Hola, necesito un bolsa de arroz bomba de pego.
Bamba?
Bomba. Bomba Sarica. For me, is the best. Is where I get the best caramelization. Look at this.
Let's see what it looks like.
Gracias. Look, the beauty. You see? Little bit shorter than the sarika,
Yeah.
but it doesn't release that much starch.
Wow, they're tiny.
Beautiful.
Really small. Okay.
Muy bien. Very important ingredient for the paella. Paprika, what I call paprika, red bell pepper.
But is it different?
This is a special one. You have to choose them with this dark color.
Dark
okay?
color.
So that's why, like this one. This is beautiful for the paella. So now we're going to go to
Wow, look at all these.
all different type of beans.
Yes.
This is so important for the paella. Here we have the fava.
I know the fava.
So the fava we put at the last minute because this cooks like,
Tender. Eat.
you eat them like this? It's beautiful when you decide. Many Spanish people they eat it raw. Then we have the garofon, what they call garofon.
Garofin.
Garofon. This, I cook it in the paella.
Okay.
This is beautiful.
So you don't eat those raw though.
No, you can, but.
Okay.
And this is the rudia.
Those are beautiful.
You call it broad bean, flat bean?
Broad bean, flat bean, either
Exactly.
one.
Here we have two types. The regular one, rudia, and this one is red rudia. I mean rudia rojo. And this one, it gives much more flavor to the paella. So I love to use this one. And when it's roast, when it's roast with the meat, it gives a very nice flavor.
Yeah.
So I prefer to use this one. And today we're going to use fava, garofon, and all three, together.
At its heart, this is a fishing village, so it's easy to find the freshest fish to round out the paella. For Frank, that's mussels.
Necesito una bolsita de mejillones, por favor.
Para la paella, ¿no?
Sí, claro. Voilà, muy bien.
Vale, ¿sí bien?
Muy bien, excelente.
¿Algo más?
Nada más.
Muy bien.
Shopping always makes me hungry. Luckily, the remedy is minutes away. Our magnificent paella. The town of Denia bustles with fishermen and vacationers. But up high on a hill at Frank's place, you couldn't find a more serene place to cook.
You know, after all that shopping, I'm really hungry, and I'm so lucky to be here with Franck Garanger. He's such a paella expert. So let's get started.
Let's start, exactly. So, first we're gonna cut the pepper. So, we just try to make some stripes.
Oh, strips, we call them.
Strips,
I
yeah.
like stripes, too. That's good.
That's my French accent.
No, I love your French accent.
So you make little pieces like this,
Yeah.
and this we're going to put it in a pan with little bit olive oil, because this will need to flavor the oil of the paella. So it goes
so
very
we're
slowly.
infusing the oil.
Exactly.
Okay, so we
That-
cook it very slowly.
Very slowly. Like a confit.
Oh, you mean like when you cook, let me just explain. Confit means to preserve, and you do it with duck, you do it with fruits, you do it with all sorts of things, but it's low and slow.
Exactly.
Yes. Okay. So we're going to make the stock?
Yeah, very simple stock. So just put some pieces of the end cut of the peppers inside the water.
Okay.
And then we're going to put some of the bones from the chicken.
Chicken.
Perfect. And the last thing we're gonna put is the
Parsley.
parsley stem.
Do you want me to turn this on like medium heat?
Yes, exactly. I think the peppers are ready.
Okay, how do you know? They just sort of wrinkled and...
Oh, very soft, you see? How they are like this?
Oh, look at the color of that oil. It really did pick
Exactly.
up the
On the
red
flavor,
and the flavor.
on the
yeah.
flavor.
Okay.
Please give me the Iberico pork.
All right. Here you go.
Just pour it inside. Voila, perfect.
All right, so now we brown that for a few minutes.
We brown that for a few minutes. After that, we're gonna put the chicken.
All right.
Okay?
Well, now you have to tell me about paella.
The paella means the pan.
Oh,
okay?
it refers to this pan.
Exactly. So it was in a field, you know, when they used to get together. They were somebody was bringing the pan, somebody was killing the rabbit, or get some snails, or get some leftover fish from the fisherman. Bring it all together. The rice was growing in Valencia, in the area of Valencia, and then everything put together, and they were cooking and sharing.
In some ways, it's a peasant dish.
Exactly, definitely the best dish in the world, a
Yes.
peasant dish.
Yes. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
This is something I learned on the street, is to put,
You learned on the street?
yes, watching competition on the street, is to put the salt around like this, so it's gonna have time to roast and to give a flavor. And little by little, I'm gonna bring the salt into the pan.
So it's almost like you're smoking the salt or
Exactly.
something. Yeah.
You can use fleur de sel or regular rock sea salt. It has to be sea salt.
Sea salt.
Definitely.
Okay.
This is my secret. You keep it for you.
Okay. We won't tell anybody. No.
Okay, now we have to put the chicken.
So this is our cut up chicken.
Voila. In the center. Beautiful. That's very nice.
Right on top of the fork,
Right
huh?
on top, exactly. Because I still have my salt that is roasting.
You don't want to touch the salt.
No,
but you want
not
to...
yet, not yet.
This is so
Little
cool.
by little, okay?
Yeah.
After the chicken is brown, we're going to put the beans.
Okay.
All the different type of beans that we got on the market. We're going to put them for a few minutes. Then we put the tomato paste that we are going to make now with the mortar.
Okay. So what we pureed here in the mortar and pestle is 2 tomatoes, 3 whole garlic cloves, and a couple of tablespoons of chopped parsley.
Exactly. So that's why
Oh, you put oil
that-
in here too. How much oil?
Oh yeah, well, 1 tablespoon.
1 tablespoon.
Now we have the beautiful beans that we brought from the market. So here, you know, we have to get out those beautiful ones. And then I'm going to cut some of the broad beans or flat beans, as you call it.
Is there a trick to opening these?
Oh yeah, this is
Longer nails, I'd say.
exactly.
Oh, darn.
Exactly.
I don't have those salon nails needed for opening these.
On those beans, what is important, you know, is to cut them, you see, long enough like this. That's perfect. Now we're going to put this in a pan. At this point, no, this you're not invited. At this point, we mix together and we make sure we get all the salt that is on the bag that is completely caramelized together. Now it's the perfect time to put the tomato base. It's going to be like deglaze. We're going to deglaze all the...
So you want me to spread it around?
Yeah. Voila, fantastic.
That smells so amazing.
And you see,
Now,
I deglaze the sucre.
the browned bits that
Exactly.
have on the
So
bottom.
the tomato helps me to remove all of this from the pan, so I have the maximum flavor coming.
I have a question.
Now,
Okay.
perfect timing.
Now,
You're fantastic.
Okay, so tell us what this is and how much.
Pimiento de la Vera.
Yes.
Sweet smoked paprika.
Oh, it's so
Another
pretty.
one. Another one. Yeah, put it all. Perfect.
I'm going to call that 2 teaspoons.
Okay, now it's time for the rice.
Okay. And how much are we adding?
700 grams.
Okay.
Up to the...
Okay. I think that's about 3 cups. Ça va? Okay.
Ça va.
Okay.
You pour it inside?
Okay. Everywhere?
Everywhere.
Try to get it even? It doesn't
Anyway,
matter.
I will mix it.
So it doesn't matter. I don't have to
Yeah.
be so delicate.
No. And now we're going to stir it for a few minutes. Voila, very nice, beautiful. I like the Bombay rice because I have tried several times. And this one doesn't release that much starch. So it's easier to control the caramelization that we will need at the end, you know, what we call the socarat.
Sokarat.
Sokarat
I've heard
is-
that word before.
Yeah, is the bottom that get crispy, that everybody is fighting to get at the end. And with the bomba rice, it does not release that much starch.
Okay.
So we control much better the caramelization.
So now how long does this cook?
Now we have to put the stock.
Okay.
So
We need to strain the stock.
we need to strain the stock, but we also need to put the saffron. And very important, you know, when you put the saffron is at the end. You don't boil the saffron.
Okay.
Okay, it's gonna have 20 minutes cooking with the rice. So here I just want to get the flavor and the color.
And you wanted me to stir it a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit so that.
And tell us about saffron.
Of course, you know, it's now I think we are close to 2,000 euro a kilo for the saffron.
Very expensive. The most expensive spice in the world.
Exactly.
Because it's got stigmas, those little things. There's only 3 per crocus. And it's hand harvested.
Now we have to put the stock. You see the beautiful flavor I have?
I do. That color
So
is
don't forget, especially if you use a bomba, it's 1 part of rice for 3 parts of liquid.
by volume.
Yeah, exactly.
By volume.
Exactly.
Okay.
And now, what is important is to really spread the rice all around to make sure that we have the kind of equal amount of rice all over the paella.
And we cook it uncovered.
Ah, yes.
Well, I know. I'm just asking.
Full action.
Full action.
Full
High heat.
action.
High
High
heat.
heat.
Damn the torpedoes. Let's go.
So now we're going to put the peppers. And we're going to put them in like a star all around, you know?
wow.
And they're going to cook together with the rice, and they will finish to sit on the rice.
So now that we've got the peppers in, how long does it cook?
More or less, I would say 20 minutes.
20 minutes total.
Yeah.
Okay.
I never count. Because it's cooked when
I know,
you
that's
have
not helpful
caramelization,
to the home cook.
but-
Okay, about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now that the paella is resting, is a perfect time for a glass of cava.
Whoa. So tell me a little bit about this.
Oh, this one comes from Penedes, and I like particularly this one because it's 2 years in barrel. So
What does cava mean?
cava means cave.
Oh.
Yeah, very simple to
Okay.
remember.
Okay.
Frank's paella is almost ready.
So now we're ready to put the mussels around. So that's my little thing. So you
Okay,
just put the thin part inside,
Okay.
every 2 inch more or less. And then while they will be cooking, they will open and it will be a very nice decoration at the end. This is, for example, this is my style to put mussels. You don't see that much paella with mussels.
Really?
You see some with calamari, but me, I like to put the mussel because I think it looks great.
Oh, I do
at the end
too.
when it's cooked.
What other would you ever use clams?
Oh, yeah, you can put
Do we do
clam.
another round?
Oh, it's okay, it's
That's
perfect
it?
like this. Final touch, I put the fava bean. I like to put really at the end, so they're lightly warm.
Oh, okay.
And sometimes, you know, people use green peas, but me, I love fava
But if you're
bean.
going to add peas, you'd add them at this point too.
Yeah, little bit before the
Okay.
peas. They will cook little bit faster, the peas. But
Okay.
like this, you see, and it gives a nice little green color.
Okay.
So now I will cover it with aluminum foil for a good 5 minutes. You will have some the humidity that will go back a little bit on the bottom of the pan. So
It will
very
loosen the
important.
crust a slight bit.
Exactly.
I got it.
Okay, so this is very important, and also because it is very, very hot now. So a good 5 minutes, perfect time to have a glass of red wine. Amigos, la paella de Denia!
Oh, that is so gorgeous.
Thank you. So now I'm going to explain a quick rules how to eat the paella in Valencia. You have to eat exactly what is in front of you. Yes, with your spoon. Just put your napkin like this so you don't mess up too much. And you eat exactly what is in front of you, but of course you don't forget one of the very important things is to spread a little lemon, okay? So then you eat. Whenever there is something you don't like, for example, if you don't like little piece of pork or chicken, you just put it like this with your spoon. And then you eat. And when you finish, you put your spoon like this.
All right.
Okay.
So shall we dig in?
Please, go ahead. You go like this. You check
Oh, I wanna
so
find
if
the
you have a nice caramelization on the bottom of the pan.
Yes.
How'd we do?
Warm, perfect.
It's so good.
Oh, c'est tellement bon.
C'est bon, mais c'est chaud.
The sun, the ocean, the warmth of friends, and that big, beautiful, filling pan of paella. That's why the Spaniards invented the siesta. That's my next stop.
All right, that's it. I'm